Saranya cleared PMP with all above target. Now, what a journey she had. She joined us in batch 14. Yeah, I know you guys must be thinking, what is happening with batch 14? How everyone is just clearing, starting from Saurav in last week. What has just happened? You see, it is more of a domino effect. One started, and now everyone is in batch 14 is clearing, and you will be hearing more and more from the batch 14 in the upcoming days. So, Sanaya, first of all, congratulations from the entire PMP community, and congratulations from my side. How do you feel?
Thank you so much, Amar. Yeah, I mean, I really feel accomplished because this PMP, I've heard many people say it is like very difficult. They tried it for 3 months and they quit. So many other, like I've heard mixed comments, but my one friend gave a good confidence, and he gave me your reference. He said, just follow his guidelines and just like be very studious. Don't take a break. So, and you should be able to do it. That's what he had referenced me. And then that is when I try to join your 14th batch, like sometime in November. Yeah, for me time was a very big challenge with working, family, and so many other things. Time was a very big challenge for me, but along with my other duties and everything, I kept on hearing a lot of videos. That was my only added advantage, I would say. I just put the videos, put on my earplugs, and keep doing, other chores or something like that. So I kind of repeatedly heard a lot of your journey videos. That was the biggest plus for me, because it takes a lot of challenge for me to go sit in front of a laptop and see the slides and everything. So I will hear for journey once or twice, and I'll go through the videos of our class like once or twice, and then I had to sit on. And then I had a chance to take a look at the slides and catch up with all the important points there.
But you have been listening to the videos and those batch videos, those journeys videos, all of those things were helping you to get it prepared because it's all about your learning style and the timing you have all the time. Whatever you like want to learn, you have to, everyone has to decide for themselves how they want to learn. And for you, it was more towards video. And I highly recommend for those people, we have audio, we have video. If you want to learn, we have everything for you, and that was your purpose. You wanted to learn, and you find the thing that was there to learn. So I really like this way how you put it in that say. Okay, so you joined batch 14. Before that, have you done any kind of training, or you were 100% new to that PMP?
I tried to do one training, but I did not complete it some time back. But this was the one I took the training and I finished it.
You finished it. I kind of forced it.
Yeah, you mentored it very well. That's how I should say. You mentored it and coached it very, very well.
You are very kind, saying that most of the students say that, sir, you kind of put a PMP in our throat by your continuous follow up. I was just reading the message you put in the PMP aspirant. Whenever I woke up daily, the first thing was on the top. It was Amir's message asking me update. So this is one of the way I am big fan of strength. The getting follow up is kind of my strength. So that is becoming better and better.
I mean, at least for somebody like me, I want to do it, but that one message in the morning helped me do something. Okay, end of the day, I should read something, I should see some video, I should complete one small portion. So that was a big push. So every day morning, that message is like totally helped me a lot.
So this is an important thing that push is important. Someone who's counting on you. So I was just watching Matrix movie. Morpheus was counting on Neo. So of course someone has to be counted on. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about the mocks. How relevant my 6 mocks were to the real exam.
Marks were very close. It helped me actually. That is when I think I kind of fine tuned how I should read, because after the first mock, I will go brush up few things wherever I like kind of missed. I will know, right? Mostly like in stakeholder, maybe I'm not missing few important things. Then I'll go and brush up. So I took the first mock and I passed there. I tried to brush up a lot of things, and again I took the second mock. Mock is like very good. That is where you will learn. You will train yourself for the exam. Yeah.
You will be really training yourself for the real exam. That's an important message to put in this context. How you prepare, how you learn is very important. So that's a good thing. Okay, let's talk about the real exam, the real thing that happened, the very interesting thing. So, what was the time management?
My time management, I had I can actually count maybe uh, hardly like 20 questions were like one liner or two liner. That is how. Rest everything were like very big questions for me. So that itself was like a slightly stressful, but still somehow I had followed your like the last lead, read the last line first, and then try to go through the answers. That is how I tried to answer it there. But still, I had to go on and like one word. The top first line will say one word Ajay. So something like that. So we have to read through it, but still the understanding the last line, I will know what's asked there. So that is how I followed. But I had a pretty tough paper, I have to agree to that, because most I mean except 20 questions or so, rest everything were like very lengthy. Minimum 3 4 lines were there, minimum. Yeah, it was
So,
not like a one liner two liner.
all questions were 3 to 4 lines. That's a
Yeah.
biggie. All questions were biggie. So that's why, like, although we had a call in my time 5 a.m. in the morning, so still you were not able to complete the first 60 question in the 80 minutes, right?
No, first 60 questions took like 87 minutes odd or so, close to 90. Yeah.
Okay, and then
So I took that, and after that, as suggested, I took a small break, and I tried to do the same. I was actually stressed because when I was trying to pause it, I saw the time, how much it's got completed, and I was like little stressed. How am I going to handle the next 120? But still, I decided to take a break, as you said. So I paused it. I went out, like refreshed a little bit, like did some deep breathing, and then came back in 7 minutes, and I resumed it. But
Mhm.
second 60 was relatively okay for me. First 60 and the last batch was like very difficult. So the middle 60 was like little okay for me. I was able to complete it. I should say maybe I took around like little close to between 60 to 70 minutes I completed, I should say.
If you completed in 60 to 70 minutes, that goes back to the same thing. So in the last section, you must have been relaxed or not.
No, last section I had a lot of difficult problems. That is where
Why?
that's what I'm saying. So first 60 and the last batch, everything was like very lengthy for me. The
Again,
questions were very lengthy, and the choices, the minute you see, you can rule out two choices, but the rest of the two choices were very very close for me.
hmm,
It was really very close, so it was a little stressful. A couple of questions I went to the next question, but still I had to click previous and read it again and then move on, because I didn't want to mark them and come back. So I had to do that for like maybe one or two, yeah, between 2 to 3 questions I did that.
between 2 to 3 questions, you did that. You reviewed it, went with them, and see how they
Yeah.
were playing out. Okay, okay. So one thing was there that was a long question, and interestingly, how many questions you total questions you did.
I took only 167 questions totally.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here is my student Sarnaya, the genius Sarnaya. She only did 100 and again,
67.
and let me show her score record to you. And that's her score report. Even after doing 167, you can see that. So now maybe you have done 13 more questions, you would have been here or maybe completed there. So this shows one thing and only one thing. Of the 167 question that you did, you put a great effort into those questions, and most of those questions were right.
Yep.
Most of those questions were right. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about exam.
Hmm.
So the exam was more towards people.
Yeah, more towards people, and I felt we had a lot of the communications. I
So
had quite some people, mostly people, like the team and communications. Those two were the major area I felt.
also stakeholders.
Yes, stakeholders also.
So
I
stakeholder communication team.
Yes. If you want me to order it with the majority, I will say teams, communication, and then stakeholder. That is how I felt.
Okay, okay.
Mm.
What about agile and hybrid question? How many questions were specifically like this? A team is moving from a predictive to a hybrid or agile. How many questions were this?
Mm, I had a lot of questions like that. Out of 160, maybe around, yeah, between 30 to 40 questions were like that. They were moving at this time, how, what, those kind of, how are you going to
And,
face this challenge?
and how did you answer it? You need to know both predictive and agile to answer this.
Yes, I mean, it was actually, they were in predictive and you are moving to agile, things like that. So you have to take a hybrid approach there. So that is how, yeah, it is a combination of both we had to do it.
Hmm. Hmm. So how much the exam was towards predictive and hybrid and agile? What was the ratio?
Mm, predictive was like very, very minimal. It was, I mean, predictive was like extremely minimal. Mostly it was like agile. Otherwise, they wouldn't have said anything and they will say, like, like they are in iterations and things like that. So we assume it's in a hybrid model. No word usage or like a verbiage saying agile or scrum anywhere, but they will say use the word like iterations and somewhere. So that is how we have to make, I mean, sense it.
Yeah, yeah, I totally get it. Okay, so moving forward, what about risk quality procurement? How much those questions were targeted?
Procurement, I would say like between 4 and 5 only. So much I had between 4 or 5 only. I had procurement. Even less than that, I should say procurement. Yeah. Risk, yes, I had some risk questions. That will also be like a handful of questions. That's what I had for risk.
Okay, what about scope, schedule, cost?
Cost, no number problems, anything. Cost, any calculations or nothing, absolutely no. They will just say, they will give you the CPI value and they will ask you to judge it, whether it is like below, above, things like that.
Okay, okay, things
And
like
that
that.
was also like, cost was like little less only. Yep.
What about compliance?
Compliance, very straight questions. I had like two compliance straight questions.
Mm.
But otherwise, it was a combination of compliance with the team, and this was a challenge, things like that. It was like all mixed up between compliance and team. There were some mixed up questions.
Some mix-up question. Okay, okay. So what about any question with multiple options?
Yeah, uh, I had few drag and drops, especially with the stakeholders. I got a drag and drop, and then multiple questions. I think like between two or three. Yeah, three questions. I had multiple. Choose two, choose three. I got
Okay. What about fill in the blanks or hotspot?
no fill in the blanks at all. No, nothing with like a graph or things like that. Nothing like that.
Okay, nothing like that. Okay, and anything other different questions?
Any different questions? No, I mean, nothing like specific what I was not able to answer, because that prepcast, whatever we did to the very end, that helped me a lot. So I was able to, the minute you read the question, you know what they are trying to ask and what you should look for in the answer.
Okay. So Parveen Raj is saying today is my exam. Advice for advice for him or her.
I mean, take a lot of deep breaths. That would be my biggest advice. And all the best. If you had followed everything uh,
I'm
as per
putting
others.
I am putting watch Jenny's videos. What do you think
Yeah, yeah,
about?
yes, definitely, yes. Watch. Today is the exam, then watching Journey's video, maybe no. Today is the exam. I mean, he should relax a little bit.
Taking deep breathing exercise? So did that help the
Yes,
last time?
yes,
The,
yes.
the morning, my early morning 5 a.m. and your 7 p.m. Did that call help?
Oh, it definitely helped a lot because I was very stressed. My last prepcast test, whatever I tried to take, the score was not good. And I tried to do like, whatever has answered wrong and all those choices I tried to do, it was like the score was not very good. So I was really stressed. At that time, when you sent that few last day tidbit documents, right? I just went through that and I just followed. I decided, okay, I have to relax. That was first thing. And once I reached there also, I was like, constantly taking like deep breaths until I got the system and I sat down and all that. And in between the last break was a little stressful because I know I have very less time. That and actually to the last 10-15 minutes I kept pinching myself for every question, I should say.
So that pinching thing, everyone laughs when I tell them pinch yourself whenever you feel you are not gonna pass. But eventually, everyone does pinch themselves. That's
I have actually, I thought when Saurabh's video I saw, I was like wondering, will it really help? But it did help. It definitely helps. It'll bring back, it'll take away that stress and make you concentrate on the question and
yeah.
go.
The credit goes to Ilyas. Ilyas, one of my students in February March. He told me, sir, that apart from deep breathing exercise, there is something that I and Ram have done that may help. I said, tell me. He said, pinch yourself. I said, how that helps? He said, do it now. Think about something that's not good and pinch your. And I did. It really helped. Now you see, all my things. I consider myself as an artist. I took away things from everyone, combine them, then try make it simplify. So I provide that thing from them, and of course, you know that my biggest asset are you guys, my students who keep giving me the best things. You know why my mocks were so relevant? Because you guys made it. I
Okay.
didn't make the all the grammatic mistake, all those. I own them, but all the good things belong to you guys. You made it, and now slowly I am also working. I had some feedback. There are some grammatic mistake. Two of my students are working on them. They had some grammatic
Yeah.
mistake.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So my students are working on them, and the goal is that I'm gonna update those mocks, and sooner or later I'm gonna move it out from Udemy and put it on a separate simulator.
Okay.
That becomes more better because I don't like to be dependent on anyone, and Udemy sometimes becomes very annoying. But those mocks are extremely helpful. I am 100% sure because you guys made it. Okay, let's talk about more. What is your advice to PMP aspirant how they should prepare? Let's say I like Parveen has an exam today, and someone has exam in 3 days, 1 week, or 2 week, or 3 week. Give them advice according to that.
How I started is I was not able to complete all the chapters along with our 3 day classes between the classes. So after that, I went through the same order, however you suggested, the order in which you had covered our sections. So I go through that same video, our class video, just to brush up what all was there. Because instantly, if you watch that videos, it's going to be fresh in the mind, and you'll be able to absorb it very well. After that, I used to go through the slides, and after the slides I'll go through the journeys. But for me, I couldn't complete in one shot of the complete slides. So everywhere bits and pieces I used to go through, so I used to listen to the journey more than once. All
Okay.
the journey videos I try to hear it more than once. In that way I'll capture all the important points. Then
Okay.
after that, I went ahead and I took your 50 questions. There I made a small mistake. Those 50 questions also, I tried to time box it, and I was like very stressful. I was not, yeah, that was a mistake I was doing. And I think I got it corrected last week only from Saurabh. He said, don't do that. It's okay. It is for you to understand and strengthen your concept. So that is where I corrected myself. So after that, I did not. I mean, if you have a lot of time, revise everything once and then go into mock. That is what I would advise. But I did not have the luxury of time, so I had to take the mocks. And in between mocks, you'll know basically when you go through all the mistakes, whatever you have made, like incorrect, if you're going to analyze, then you will know where you have to strengthen that. Then go ahead, brush up those points from the actual videos or from the slides everywhere, and then jump on. And yeah, go on for like 2 3 mocks. After the mocks, anyway, just keep yourself posted with Amer, like whatever is your score and everything, and probably you're going
I
to
will
get
I
rewarded.
will keep asking.
Yeah. Yeah, what is the update, yes, and then yeah, that should be good. After
Okay.
that, go for a prepcast once. Time box yourself. Probably after three, maybe you should be little time conscious on the fourth mock and the fifth mock, maybe if you are taking a fifth one. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what was your score in those 6 mocks?
My first two were like 72, 71. My third mock was not good. It was 66. And my fourth mock was 72.
72. Fifth. You did
I
fifth
didn't
mock.
take, no, I
Ah,
didn't
yeah,
take five.
I shifted you to the platforms. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is an important thing. No, Umar, she did not. She had only 2 days because she told me I have exam in 2 days. My students are very famous of dropping bomb on me. So she did the same thing. So that was an interesting thing. She did only first four mocks because I considered first four was okay. Fifth mock is actually a kind of more difficult than the fourth one in a different way. And then sixth mock is kind of an average mock, which you never did. So Umar, if you get 65 score in the fifth and sixth, that's a good score. Okay. So let's talk further about further details a little bit about. Okay. So exam, the 10-minute first tutorial you took that, then 10-minute they were break you took them,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
So at what time you felt that I'm not gonna pass?
I think during that last break, because in between, I should say, between first and first one, second one was okay. When I came into the last one, I started feeling very nervous, and I thought, okay, maybe I'm going to break your pattern. I was thinking maybe I will break your pattern. That's what I felt like, and that is when I started pinching because I the time was less. I did not complete. I had like 40 questions left. I had very less time and all that, so I started doing it little quickly. But still, my questions were very lengthy for me to read through. That was the challenge.
Okay,
So
okay.
last, yeah, I should say last 40-45 minutes were like very stressful.
Hmm.
My heart
And
was really
you
beating.
were pinching yourself
Yeah,
continuously.
last 10 minutes, definitely. I pinched myself. I mean, maybe anybody who was monitoring me, they would have felt, why is this lady doing that? But still, yeah. Last 10 minutes, I was like pinching myself for every question. No doubt
Every,
about that.
and in last section, which area was most dominating?
It was mostly agile. One good thing for me is agile. Yeah.
Yeah. So for people like preparing for PMP preparation, agile has to be strong area, right?
First one will be agile.
Hmm.
Yeah. Agile, I would say. Yeah. Majority was agile. And then transitioning from predictive to hybrid model. Yeah.
Okay. Any question that was not covered by my material?
No. Out of 167, no.
Interestingly, for those people joining late, Sanaya was never able to complete the exam. She was able to complete only 167, and she got a very high score with all three above target. And once again, this was only possible because the previous question she has done, that was the complete thing. So that was just amazing, Sanaya. So Sanaya, thank you very much for your time. I know today is an important day. You did it, all those things. Your final advice to PMP aspirants.
Final advice: stay focused. Don't take a break. That is what I will say. If you decide maybe I will do it tomorrow, no, tomorrow never comes. Do it then and there. And even if it's like 30 minutes, you try to read. Please read it. Don't give a break. Yeah.
Thank you. And I love what you just said. The reason is that I say to everyone, even 30 minutes is better than nothing.
Yep.
For me, let me just put it. I'm a like I even had put a article today, case of 5 a.m. I believe all my mentors they wake up early. I try so much hard, but even if I wake up early, my mind does not work. So I am a night person. Right now, it's 2:40 a.m. with me. 2:40 a.m. And you can see how active I am.
Yeah. 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 I
So
was actually surprised because when you called me around my 7 p.m., I was really surprised. Yeah.
yeah, because let me tell you interesting thing. What happened before sleeping? It's my habit, or I kind of trying to develop that habit. I do meditation, relax myself to let go everything, and that's why when I sleep, you cannot catch me. My mobile is here, and I am sleeping in my room, so I don't have my mobile there. So I was going to start meditation. 2 minutes left in the meditation, and then suddenly I realized, oh, tomorrow Sanaya and Anthony have exam. And I then said, what time would it? I am doing meditation and these things are coming. I broke my meditation, get up from the bed and started messaging both of you. Not just you and Anthony. But you replied, I text both of you and you said, let's have a call. Anthony replied late, so I put it on the chat box, okay, after 10 minutes. So first I have a long call with you. Then after that, I had Anthony. And I am proud to say that Anthony also cleared with all above target. And interestingly, both of you were referred by my old students. Anthony was by batch 10, uh, and you were by 2020 students.
December.
Bala,
Yeah.
yeah. So extremely proud of that. Now, what Bala did for you, and most importantly, what Saurav has done for you. Now Saurav today asked said me, sir, all my four students have cleared. Now I want to enjoy my holidays. I gave him one more student. Okay, do that, then you can relax. Now you have to take that mental. Now you have to, like in the marathon, you have to run. You need to focus. You need to make sure. I don't ask you to focus maybe other batch students, other aspirant, but at least your batch 14.
Sure, sure. Yeah. Uh,
And
I will
four
drop
of
it.
them, and let me tell you, four of them have already booked the exam. Which
Okay.
four, I'm not gonna tell. You can ask them, and one or two, I'm gonna force them to book the exam also.
Okay.
So we still have 7 days in 30 in 2021. So Sanaya, each one teach one.
Sure, sure. Yep.
Okay, and most importantly, I want you to write also PMP question, but that you can do easily. I have no hurry.
Okay.
That you can do easily. With that, best of luck. It's like almost the 5 p.m., 5:50 p.m. with you. Go to a good place for dinner. Holidays are coming.
Sure, sure. Yeah. I'm
Enjoy
definitely.
yourself
Yep.
and namaste. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.